I used to get more attention from my parents more than my elder sister, who is the opposite color of me.
This is the bomb, and this is the
Bomb
bomb
Show.
show.
My name is Shimbe Avalumu Queen. I'm from Benue State. I school at Benue State University. I'm a student of Sociology 300 level. Right now, I am always surfing the internet. Like, I'm a freelance model, so I am out on the look. I kind of sell myself to the public. I post my non-edited and natural pictures of me, so most creative photographers are interested in working with me, so that's what I do at the moment.
Wow, and how has it been so far?
It has been interesting because, like, for every creative photographer that comes across my picture on the internet, there's something they have for me, and it has been good. Okay, I wanted to read criminology as a course, but my school, my preferred institute, that was Benue State University, didn't have criminology as a department on its own, so I decided to go for sociology. So along the line, I found another mean, which is the modeling aspects. I saw uniqueness in my skin and how beautiful my pictures come out more than the usual black people, and so I think maybe if I am done with school and maybe a white collar job does not come, because I'm really working hard on getting international gigs rather than working with people out here, but here is a start and it's been a good run so far. We are just two girls. I'm the junior.
So, you are the second of two girls.
Yes.
Wow. And how has it been so far? Is your sibling also an albino?
No, my other sibling is actually black. My both parents are black.
How come?
I don't know. It could be a genetic inheritance, something like that. Yeah. Growing up was nice because my parents were around, my mommy was supportive. I was very stubborn back then, like always wanting to like go out to play with other children. I didn't know about albinism. I didn't know that I had a unique skin. I didn't know that I lacked melanin on my skin and the sun is going to be harmful on my skin. So I always wanted to like go out of the sun and play with the other children. But my mom was constantly on the locking me inside part of the story, and it was very crazy. I didn't like it at all. So along the line, my mom went out of the picture. Sorry, it's something I could not want to talk about right now and right here, but my mom was outside the picture, so I had to like face the world and stuff. So that was when I started having freckles. I was a very beautiful baby as at when my mom was around because she was always locking me indoor, but when she was outside the picture, everything changed. So that was when that was when I began to feel what discrimination means. When I was in school, I had a very good sight until when I was in primary 4. I noticed that my sight was drifting, and I could always go in front of the classroom to like take my notes or copy from my fellow students. So that was when the discrimination kicked in, and it was very difficult for me. Like I would see my fellow students taking their book anytime I'm writing, and they would try to like, what are you doing, and kind of stuff. I used to feel bad, and sometimes I became a bully. I didn't really have friends, but they said time changes everything. As I grew older, I grew stronger, and as I grew older, I grew stronger, and I became to pay less attention to what people out there felt about me, because I had, as though I didn't have so much friends as at then, but the little people that were around me used to tell me that if the world does not like me, I am not supposed to change for the world. The world is supposed to change its own heart. So that was where I picked my strength from. I began to see myself above every other black person. So that was where my beauty became. People began to look at me like, where are you coming from? Like, why do you feel so bold and so many things running in their heads? So I think that's basically the reason why anytime I step out, people are always looking at me. People are always looking at me and staring non-stop. I know that questions that run through their minds is like, how will somebody that a society rejects or discriminates so much against come out to be this strong? Why is this she bold? Like, why does she carry herself this high? Because that's how I feel about, that's my own judgment to why people look at me when I step out in the public like that. And I am very proud of myself. I am proud of the achievements I've made at my age. I am very grateful to my friends. I cannot begin to call their names. I'm very grateful to my friends. I'm grateful to God who has given me albinism, and I am confident in albinism. I want to thank God. I want to thank my friends. I want to thank everybody that have been supportive in this journey so far. Peace. Like I said before, like when children are always ignorant of everything. Like I don't get to I didn't remember at any point of my life going to ask my daddy that or my mom that why am I like this, because I used to get more attention from my parents more than my elder sister, who is the opposite color of me. So to me, when I was a child, I used to feel like this one is the odd one and not me. Even though my mommy and my daddy were black and I was the only white person in the house, but my sister, but I used to always look at her like, no, this is my nanny. This is not my sister.
But you knew deep down that because of the attention that was given to you, it was more. So you felt like you are the real child of your parents.
Exactly. It was when I started growing up and things started changing, like. But as at then, there was nobody around me to like ask why it is like this. I used to always question God deep down in my mind, and when I was a child, I used to pray very well. I still pray today, but I knew that the length at which my prayers went when I was a child are far beyond now that I am almost an adult. So it was when I started growing that I started questioning God, like the questions people like try to throw to me, or how abusive they try to bring them, like how abusive they try to bring themselves out even in my presence.
Wow.
So many people have asked me out. Everybody wants to like, I want you to be my girlfriend kind of stuff. Then as for other people, they kind of like tell me, I will not lie to you that my thoughts about you are purely sexual. Like I've never had sex with an albino before, and I want you to try out because you are unique and you are beautiful.
Can I be my girlfriend? Why have you been turning other people's proposals down?
I don't know per se, but everybody has a yes or no spirit inside of them that drives them to do certain things. So I think my yes or no has been a positive one so far, because you cannot be everybody's friend.
So you've never been in a relationship before?
I have been in a relationship before.
Like how many?
I can't.
You can't count. Hey, wait, Mama. So because of how you perceive, like you said your friends, you're not so sure of other people right now, but you can't say how do you make friends? You don't even know how. How do you make your friends? Those ones that you keep now. I see from school now, and one day it starts. So just that we can't know the trustworthy ones, the ones that would not do things that will hurt you. Have you ever felt bad as to what people think about you? Like maybe from the very start?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
And how did you handle it?
I didn't know, because that time I was very ignorant of everything. So I would talk to my friend, and my friend would tell me to pray to God, that it is God that does everything, and I should just count myself fortunate enough to be on this
how you are.
earth.
Trust me, that's like everything about it. There's nothing else to talk about. I mean, bro, is there another thing? So what is your advice to maybe people there's some people that are watching this video that are actually still doing the whole stereotyping thing. Do you understand? So what's your advice to them, and so what's your advice to your fellow albinos?
My advice.
What's your advice to these people watching?
My advice to everybody out there, like we Nigerians, we are who we are. We believe in what we believe. So I don't think my advice is going to change any other person's perception. But for me, what worked for me, like when people started believing in me, was when I saw beauty in myself and I began to portray things they thought that this particular person cannot do it. So I think I don't think there's any advice I want to give anybody out there. But because if people see who you are and where you are going to, they believe you more than what you have to tell them.
How about encouragement?
And to my fellow albinos, I want to say that you should be proud of yourself. There is beauty. A man's beauty is dictated in his heart and not on his own skin. So you should be proud of yourself any day, anytime. If there are talents you can portray out there to the world, you should do it rather than keep staying indoors, stigmatizing yourself or looking down on yourself, because that's where it begins. If you don't like yourself enough, there is nobody out there that is going to like you. Self-love begins with the self. Because if you have, like, for example, you have flappy ears and somebody else with flappy ears comes to
flappy
ask
ears?
flappy ears, long, like long kind of ears. No, normal.
What is yes, no? What is yes?
So like long kind of ears, and maybe that person wants to be your friend, or the person wants to ask you out. For the fact that you have flappy ears and you don't feel comfortable in them, there is no way you can like somebody else that has flappy ears. So love begins with yourself. Always love yourself and put yourself first.
Wow, lovely. Thank you so much for coming on my show, Queen.
Thank you.
How has it been on the show?
It's been good. The interview is quite easier than I thought.
No, nothing serious. Now you ate my food too. I took care of you. So nice one.